Hey guys, at the area I'm going to be demonstrating where the sling is. Here's a sling that I made. It's just a leather pocket that I use a stripped piece of parachute cord. You could use cotton cord. And at one end made a slip knot loop. Now a little bit of history of these things. There were some civilizations actually went to war with these, and these were devastating. Of course, they also were growing up learning how to use them. They would use them to protect their flocks and such. And there are some slingers that called using what's called a shepherd sling, and it was like a huge pocket with, long as their arm, and they just go like this and launch something the size of a racquetball, at enemy troops. So they've been known to launch at about 400 meters. And that was like, when I read about that, I was like, what? So yeah, can you imagine like a projectile the size of a racquetball coming at you and hitting you in your face? You're not getting up from that. But the Roman legions actually would use slingers as their first line of offense. Is they like line up in the skirmish line and just go and launch these like diamond shape or torpedo shape style lead projectiles, and they were so devastating that they would actually pierce armor. So you can imagine what that would do to flesh. But yeah, there are many different civilizations, different tribes that would actually use these to hunt. And I'm no expert by and by, but let's talk about the proper slinging technique. A lot of there's some slings that you have to do multiple revolutions, like the shepherd sling. I'm sure you've seen them like in the news, like in the Gaza Strip where they riot. The Palestinians will riot and they will use like these long sleeves and go like this type of thing and launch these rocks the size of your fist at the security forces. It's pretty much the same thing, but in a survival situation, for hunting, if you're going like this, that's advertisement right there. The animal's going to go, nope, I'm out. Placement of the sling on your hand. Some tribes will, some people will put it on their middle finger. I prefer to have it on my thumb, mostly because I can feel like it's a lot more balanced, so to speak. And there are basically four different throws. One is the ubiquitous, most common, round the head, like this. And then there's the underhand, like that. Of course, I'm just using this as the constant revolution as to give you an idea. And then there's the overhead. And then there's the power sling, known as the diagonal. You go like this and then like this. It's hard to do, but it is devastating. So let me see. Let me get a rock here. This is a, half the size of a golf ball. But that's pretty much the size you want to use. Anything smaller, it starts losing velocity. Now let's talk about velocity. We all know that any projectile, will either be arrow, bullet, sling stone, even throwing a rock, the further it goes, the more it loses its velocity. So let me give you a little demonstration of how it goes like this. Have your body kind of square to your target, and like so. Let me show you the target I was going for. Right there. And I hit it. So let me demonstrate a few more throws for you. It went right between the crack. Awesome. Ah, missed. Hear that wind? Throwing my sling off. That's the problem with using a sling in the wind. You can throw your aim off drastically. Nice. So, let me demonstrate, or attempt to, the 4 throws. Get my rocks. There you go. I'm in my pocket. So, the overhead shot. You've already seen that already. Like that. The underhand shot is primarily used, especially if you have obstacles like around head heights, difficult to get in there. So you have to go like so, like a bowling motion. And it's not easy to do. A lot of times you're actually bowling. Overhand. Went a little high. And now the most difficult one is the diagonal. There we go. You heard how hard that hit, huh? So there you have it. Little thing to carry around in your kit. It's nice to have. It takes practice, lots of practice. Practice about 15 minutes a day, you know, off and on, and soon you'll be starting to come close or even hit your target. It's a fun thing to have, and especially in the area where you can't use guns, get a squirrel or something like that easily. So there you have it. Just slinging around. Talk to you later.